Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is Able, where we the disabled do that magical disabled thing.
Yes, sir.
Right? We show that we are able.
Something. He tried to write something,
but it didn't work out. So let's clap that out for the
He tried.
Let's clap that up for the intent. You know. Yeah. But you know what I mean? We the disabled show our superpowers, show our focus, ability, our intelligence, and show that nothing will ever stop us from overcoming obstacles. I have a dream.
No doubt.
One day.
No doubt.
So take it either way. But I got Eli in the building. I got Fredy in the building.
Yo.
And so how you guys been? How was Father's Day type action?
You go first.
Father's Day was good. We went out to dinner. I got my dad some headphones.
Oh, nice.
Some Galaxy Buds.
Oh, nice.
So he's up to date with the tech.
Nice. Got to keep the pops up to date with the tech.
We bought you
a keyboard set.
Right?
It's on its way. It's back ordered, but it's something I really, really wanted, and I thank you guys.
No problem.
Because I've always wanted to learn how to play keyboard. This is a real advanced
And we had a keyboard
system.
back like in 2007.
But it's just a regular keyboard. You just sit there and go bling, 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 bling. Right. But this one teaches you.
Oh, okay. That's tough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's tough.
So other than that, Father's Day was great. Relaxing. Went to my old hood. Hung out with some of my old school friends.
Right.
And that's what it was. It really was nice.
I'm not happy, guys. But we'll get into that in a bit.
Okay.
He called me twice.
I feel like I'm in limbo.
Please tell me why.
Because for the first time ever, I really might not watch the finals.
Whoa.
With either Chris Paul going and Giannis going, and I don't like either one of these players. And I don't know who to root for. Now I gotta root for the Clippers, but then the Clippers.
See, that's the power of LeBron. Because even if you're not a LeBron fan,
you would still watch the finals.
You would watch and hope that he lose. It was so many people watching to hope that he lose.
Even if it was against my favorite team or my team Golden State, I would still be happy because it's like I respect LeBron.
Right.
And I still like LeBron. He don't have the better team.
Yeah. What I love this year is that somebody new is gonna get a title. Somebody new, like 2 years ago, even though it was like Toronto won, Kawhi won it, so he was already a familiar name. He had already had a ring.
Right.
This year,
nobody has a ring.
Nobody has a ring.
Right.
So somebody's gonna be able to put that.
Except for Kawhi. Kawhi might get his third.
Yeah, but I'm forget him.
In terms of
Paul
franchise,
George, the franchise,
right?
The franchise has
Milwaukee, Trae Young in his third year in the league might have a chance.
Yeah, we need to respect Trae Young's name.
Yeah, let's put some respect on that man. Name
and his sons.
He better than Luka. I'm saying that right now. He better than Luka.
Whoa! Slow down now.
Yeah, I think you might be pushing him with that one.
He might be pushing him with that one now.
He's better than Luka. He took his team further.
Right.
Well,
the
West is a tougher division now.
That is true.
West is a tougher division now.
He got a better coach.
Well, I don't know. Carlisle's a good coach. Well, he was a good coach.
Nice.
Until he left.
Speaking of coaching, let's just get right down to it. And let me press this button and hope that it says what it's supposed to say.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
With E. Now, here we go. The playoffs kick in. Let's first go back a little bit. Mm-hmm. We saw the Bucks beat Brooklyn. Oh, we have that here. The Bucks beat Brooklyn in a Game 7 thriller.
Right.
Give me your thoughts on this because it was monumental. First of all, we saw a Game 5 thriller that we probably never see again.
Yeah,
48, 17, and 10.
Hold up. Speaking of that Game 5.
He played the whole game.
He played the whole game, and he put up the numbers I needed him to put up. 50, 17, and 10. I'm going to say it was 50 because he missed 2 free throws.
Yeah,
that would have made it 50.
No, he made 1 out of 2. He should have made,
He should have made both of them. Showed up for that game. I knew it was gonna be hard to win in Game 6 because he had played the whole Game 5.
Right.
And then Game 7 comes, and mind you, they both played too many doggone minutes in Game 6.
Yes, I agree.
Game 7,
40 plus minutes in Game 6.
That should have really been to 24 to 30.
Maybe 30.
No, not 24. You probably played 30.
At least 30 minutes. And I said, and this is me putting on my coach's hat, James Harden should have stayed in Brooklyn.
Right.
Don't even make the trip. I'd rather you get the extra treatment.
Right.
And no, because worst case scenario, we got a Game 7 in our building with you healthier.
Healthier.
And Game 7 popped off. It was a nail biter, going back and forth. I didn't like the way that Brooklyn was playing going into the fourth quarter, and I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought if we're going to win this game, we should at least be up by 10 going into the fourth and try to manage it from there.
Right.
That way, if they make a 9-0 or 8-0 run, it's still manageable.
Still got the lead, yeah.
I do think Kevin should have sat for like at least 2 to 3 minutes in the beginning of the fourth, because if you bring him back in a 10-minute or a 9-minute game, it's still not over.
Right.
Whether they up 5 or 7.
And Brooklyn and Milwaukee wasn't going to go on a 10-0 run.
Yeah, because they're offensively, they just stand around and just...
They're a little slow.
Yeah. And make dumb plays, but that's beside the point. And then they get down to like a critical turnover from James Harden, which could have put us up 6. Then we was only up by 2 because they scored off of that turnover. Mm-hmm. Then he came down 3 more times and missed 3 air balls. Mm-hmm. Which I don't mind him taking the shot, but you got to move the ball around first.
Got you.
To get at least an open shot, because they're a little in between the legs. You don't got the hamstring for that.
And it was clear you didn't have your legs.
Right.
Every shot.
I would rather you pass the ball around and be wide open, because they're going to leave you open.
Right.
And if you make 2 out of wide open shots, you can make those better than trying to create your own space. And then we went into overtime. I know Kevin didn't want to do that. His foot was on the line because he knows if I got to play extra 5 minutes, we're not winning this game. And that's exactly what happened. They tied the ball game up. He went 0 for 6. Don't blame him because he was tired. But Joe,
Joe who? Come on, say his
Joe
name.
Harris
All
pisses
right.
me off. All right. Now Brooke almost cost him the game in the fourth quarter.
In regulation, yeah.
With the 2.1 not shooting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now overtime he blocked the shot. I said, okay, good block. Cause I thought Kevin was either gonna get fouled or make the layup, put us up by I believe 2.
Yeah.
And he blocks the shot. James Harden gets the ball, kicks it out to Joe Harris, who was wide open, and he misses the shot. Now
Hold on. Freddie, give me your take on how the coach should have went about,
Okay, so Steve Nash has 0 experience.
Yes.
Doesn't know how to coach. This is why you bring Mike D'Antoni in. But then again, Mike doesn't like taking out his starters ever.
Right.
He didn't do it in Houston. He didn't do it with the Knicks.
He can't play defense.
He don't play none of that. All right. So, just bad time management. Okay. Kevin has played in excess of 40 minutes.
Yes.
Times 3.
Yes.
And you only have a day to rest because 1 day of your rest technically travel.
It's travel. Yes.
So the man is exhausted. James is exhausted.
And then when you add in this is playoff.
He's played a total of 141 minutes.
That's insane. Like the only people that can do that is LeBron, and he's still LeBron.
And I'm not sure LeBron at this age could do that. But in his prime,
he could have done that. He would have been fine.
Right.
But Kevin has never done that before.
Yeah.
You had 3 timeouts in the fourth quarter. You only took 1. Okay? Call another timeout. Give the man 5 minutes to breathe.
Not only that, but on the turnover review, normally that takes a 4 or 5 minute review.
That's in overtime.
That was in overtime.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, in overtime, that usually gives you
timeout.
It's a free timeout.
They
the
reviewed
referees
that.
did not let that happen.
10
I was very
seconds.
surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised too. So the coaching, terrible, and the substitutions is another thing. DeAndre Jordan is there
And
to
he
block
could've-
a shot.
yes,
he could
yes.
grab He can grab a rebound. He can grab a rebound.
Yes,
he can grab a
me,
rebound.
he can grab a
Because
rebound.
Kevin was grabbing other rebounds, and then it was Brown. He grabbed the.
And I give Brown credit.
I give Brown credit. He was hustling some
Yeah.
rebounds, and he gave us
a shot.
Multiple shots.
Yes.
In the fourth quarter and overtime, he grabbed a few rebounds. But played DeAndre Jordan is why you got him there. He can at least box out.
Because Clayton got into foul trouble. The
Yeah.
other big Clayton.
Yeah, got into foul trouble. Like, you have DeAndre Jordan. You have Jeff Green.
Yes.
Who you barely played in
Game
overtime
7,
and
yeah.
Game 4. I mean, the
Six.
fourth quarter.
Oh.
I think Game 6, he should have managed it of like, we're going to lose this regardless.
Right.
So
there
we
you
need to
go.
rest. We're going to take this.
That's why I said James Harden shouldn't even made the trip.
Exactly.
Let's just assume we're going to lose Game 6. Now, if we win, great.
Right.
Okay, we all know the Bucks are a little slow, okay? And they're one of the most, like, their IQ is low to me.
Very low.
Very low to me.
Yeah, they
Like,
make a lot of
they make
mental
a lot
mistakes.
Of mental mistakes. So because of that, I had a feeling that we were going to win this game.
Right.
Especially with that inbound play when they pass it to Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Which is why you passing it to Brook Lopez in the corner to shoot a three.
That's
makes
it.
no sense.
Right.
No, well, he can hit the
He
three.
can hit the three, but it just makes no sense.
It makes no sense that he counted the clock out and he didn't know that he only had 2.1 seconds. Because he didn't even look at the basket.
He didn't. He didn't want to shoot it.
And
Give
I
it to
found that
Middleton.
Yeah, but maybe you knew they was going to double Middleton. I have no problem with the pass to Lopez. I've seen him hit this shot 1,000 times. But how can you come out of the huddle in a game
No play.
7
No play.
and not know I got 2.1?
That's a J.R. Smith mistake.
That's a J.R. Smith.
So that was a mistake. So because of their mistakes, I was like, okay, Brooklyn has a chance because Milwaukee's going to choke. Okay? It's too close for their liking. Kevin Durant is going to make a shot.
And he did.
He did.
It's just that
So-
his foot was on the line.
They started guarding Durant. Giannis started guarding Durant, which I thought was surprising, especially on the block.
Because the
He
whole
started
fourth
guarding-
quarter, he didn't guard him the
He
whole
didn't guard him. He guarded
fourth.
him the whole overtime. And Brooklyn, we couldn't buy a basket.
Yeah.
And I get it.
think it's mainly because of the coaching. Coaching was terrible. Substitutions were terrible. It's like it was Kevin Durant versus everybody else.
And I don't think Harden was hurting the team. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was.
And
He
to
was hurting
me-
the team.
Because I just mentioned he had a turnover, a mystery, and a mystery. Now I get you didn't want the ball to be in Kevin Durant's time, but like I said,
But
you
put
got
another body out
Hard-
there.
Okay, it worked for Game 5 because he's a threat and you got to respect this man.
Put Jeff Green out there.
It worked for Game 5, but it's not going to work for Game 6 and 7.
Right.
And in
Like-
Game 7, not to cut you off, had they had Jeff Green out there, you know what you get? Another defender.
Another
Right.
defender.
Now you lose some ball handling, but Brown should be able to handle the ball.
Right. With the
And
flow of
you
the
get
game he got.
somebody in Jeff Green whose shot was better than Harden's with Harden on his.
Right.
Yeah, so bad coaching.
Terrible.
And
I
that's what
get-
you get from a first-year coach.
And part of me was like, okay, everything's going to be okay after James Harden made that crazy three. I was like, okay, the momentum's on our side.
Right,
We're
right.
up by,
5.
I think it was 5 at the time.
Yes.
We're running away with this.
Right.
We just need to stop them, and they can't execute off. Like, the Bucks cannot execute offense.
Credit
Yeah.
to Chris Middleton because whenever they was up 5, he got 5
They
straight
won
bucks.
this game because of Pat Connaughton and Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
And because Giannis scored 40, but it honestly didn't feel like he scored 40.
True story. And I always tell Eli, on every team, I got somebody who I believe in.
Right.
I believe in Chris Middleton.
Right.
More so than Giannis.
Yeah, me too.
Because he can get his own shot. I believe in Klay Thompson
Even Drew Holiday.
More than Steph Curry.
more than Steph
If
Curry.
it was not Drew Holiday that would have been guarding Durant, somebody would have fouled him.
Yes.
And I was impressed with PJ Tucker because he had 5 fouls with like 7 minutes left in the fourth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was impressed that he played the majority of the fourth with 5 fouls.
And he played hard.
And it forced Giannis to guard KD. So
Yes.
honestly, not having Tucker on the floor kind of
And you know what else, guys?
did not help Brooklyn.
Let's not overlook the fact that Giannis made 7 out of 9 free throws down the
Yeah, he
stretch.
did.
Giannis
Yeah,
is
he
usually 1 of 2 or 0 of 2. They kept trying to taunt him, and he
Yeah,
made
you can't make it him.
dude. That's the difference in the game, right
And
there.
because even in Game 5, when he bobbled the ball, he didn't want to lay it up
And
because
get fouled.
he got scared of getting fouled.
Yes.
And I thought Kevin Durant should have fouled him on that layup.
He
That
should've.
put them up 4?
No, that put him up 2.
Yeah.
Because Middleton hit the 4.
Right,
but he
right.
still should have fouled him.
Still should have
Fouled him, sent him to
And
the
he only
line.
had four fouls, so you
Right.
ain't going to get fouled out.
Right. Make him make the foul.
And Joe, and I get it, don't get me wrong, I
Nah,
get
Joe
it.
gotta go.
It's a-
I'm sorry, Joe gotta go.
It's a
You gotta
miss.
go.
I know it's
You're
a miss.
getting paid $70 million to not make a shot.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta
I'm
go.
not
I
going to
get-
take it that far.
I get it's a miss or make a league or make a miss league. What?
Yeah, make him miss.
You know what I'm saying. But you were so wide open on like 3 of those shots, bro.
Make one of them.
You
And
gotta make one.
But
I
you
need
know
you
what?
to at least make 2 because that would have
Won
put.
2, bro.
But watch this.
You went
He's gonna
3 for
see
9.
them shots. He can still see them shots in his head in the offseason going, I made this shot 1,000 times.
They better hope they get JJ Redick because
Nah, they getting JJ ready, bro.
with JJ Redick and Joe Harris, I'll be fine with that.
And sorry to cut you off, but I appreciate Kevin. I gained respect for Kevin after this, especially because he played all those minutes. He scored 50 twice, basically.
Basically, yeah.
And I respect all that, but he's still not the number 1 player. I still got to give it to LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron.
LeBron would have put the same performance
And won the game.
And if he would have lost like Kevin did, everybody would have been talking bad about him.
That
and
is a fact.
KD's not giving even half of the slack. He's getting probably even more respect
Yes.
that
yes.
he's ever gotten in his career.
But LeBron's standards are so high, he could have did all of that and people would still call him a failure.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just wanted to put that out there. I respect you, KD, but part of me, this is tinted because you lost.
Yeah.
Now, if it would have been the finals or the Eastern Conference Finals and you would have lost,
Yeah.
then it would have been different.
It's
but
second round.
It's second round.
Let's talk about the Hawks, man. I didn't think Eli did.
That's my team. Nah, I had the
I
Hawks.
didn't think that they could go
had
into
the Hawks.
Philly
Oh,
in
no.
a game
No, I had the
7
Hawks.
No.
and win this.
I said for them to win 3 road games, I'm never
Yes,
seen that
yes.
for a young team.
I
Yes.
said it on the podcast. I said
You did?
Ben Simmons is the reason why they're not going to win that game, and I was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I was right.
He passed
Yeah,
up
let's
a
clap that
wide.
up.
That's a wide open layup, fam, because he didn't want to get fouled,
Wide open.
Yeah, that was a
and
dunk.
it wasn't even a layup. It was a dunk.
Yeah.
It was if I'm not mistaken, it was 96 or it was 90 to 88, and then you missed.
Whatever the score is,
Whatever.
make the
You still
layup.
got to make the shot, bro.
Not only that luckily didn't hurt them, and
It's the foul
it was
on Herter.
on Herter.
Yeah.
Which I know the player.
The defensive guy. He made all defensive
Ty
teams.
Blue,
Yeah,
Ty
yeah,
Blue, whatever
yeah.
his name is.
He made all defensive
He
teams.
made
Yeah, he made.
you fouled him and hit him in the head.
Yeah, for 3 free throws.
Are you kidding me? After Tobias Harris, who surprisingly didn't panic after Trey hit that 3.
Yep,
He
yep.
got 2 easy layups.
Yeah.
Cut it down to 1. It's
Yeah.
92-93. And you fouled him on a 3-point shot and hit him in the head.
Yeah. That's the worst foul I think I've ever seen.
And then that put them up 4.
And there
You
was
give
no
the
looking
ball to
back.
Embiid, and then Gallinari stole the ball
Yeah.
and dunked it.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was
Yeah.
Come on.
Because Embiid should have held on to that. Like,
Yeah, so
you should've held on to
Embiid
that.
was trying to blame Simmons. Like, I knew the game was over when Simmons didn't
No,
go.
no.
You had a
You
chance,
had a chance
to cut it
to
to
cut it
2
to 2,
and
bro.
get back on defense. Long story short, yes or no, should Doc Rivers be
Oh,
fired?
100%.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes. Give me your reasoning.
I think they're going to cut him slack. It's his first year, right?
And they know Ben Simmons sucks.
He knew Ben Simmons sucked. He was trying to use Ben Simmons like he used Rondo in the Celtics, which it makes sense. He's trying to play to Ben Simmons' strength.
Right.
But when Ben Simmons has a wide open dunk and he dunks all the time and doesn't dunk it, you can't fix
that's
that.
mental.
That is not Doc's fault. Doc coached really well. Didn't they get the second seed?
They got the number 1 seed.
The number 1 seed?
Yeah, they had number
They
1
got the
seed.
number 1 seed.
I think this is the first time both of the number 1 seeds got bumped in the first
I believe so,
second round.
yeah.
Yeah, so he got the number 1 seed. It's his first year. Okay, the only reason why I'm cutting
Okay.
him slack is because it's first year.
Okay, here's the thing. You acting like he's a rookie coach. This is
No,
not.
bro, no. I know what Doc does.
And mind you, did you forget what? Who do you blame for the 18 and 26 point losses?
What are you talking about?
He had 3 losses in this series.
No, he
18
lost.
and
He
26.
lost 18 point lead and the 20. Who do you blame in that one?
in
That's
games
not him,
5
bro.
and 6.
And game.
No, 4 and 5.
In game 4 and 5, they're up 26 and 18, Freddie. Who do you blame that on?
Okay, I'm not blaming it on him. I'm blaming it on Ben Simmons, bro.
But last year, watch this. He had a 3-1 lead.
And it was up
And
24
lost 18,
and both
24 and 12-point leads.
all 3 of those games.
Yeah.
Who do you blame?
Okay,
that?
At some
Paul
point.
George did not show up, and Kawhi did not
you're
show
gonna
up because
blame-
Kawhi did not want to
So
play.
you're gonna blame all the players and you're not
Yes.
gonna aim at the head
Doc
coach.
does not play. He coaches.
But coaching,
is a part of the
Okay,
game.
we know this. But if I give you the game plan, okay, like you got to be here, you got to make the shot, and you shoot the shot and you miss the shot, that's not Doc's fault.
Yeah, but I'm not talking
Ben
about missing
Simmons-
shots. I'm talking about
Strategy.
managing the game. I'm up 24 with 2 minutes left in the third. I gotta win that game. I gotta call my timeouts right. I
You gotta take Ben Simmons off the floor.
call somebody up from off the. I gotta do something, B.
Okay, but you cannot take out Ben Simmons that early because Ben Simmons gives you defense. He's one of their best defenders.
Yeah.
And he got to guard.
But that hacker Simmons
no, I
worked.
know it works, but it only works with 2 minutes left in the fourth because you can't hack him before.
No, you can't hack him after.
Right.
You can't hack him after that. But they're not going to hack him the whole fourth.
Well, Atlanta was hacking him one of those games.
They
Went to
And
and,
but-
and
They
I
was
think
to stop-
psychologically,
That got in his head.
got in his head.
They hack him to stop the clock and give him more time to cut the lead. it makes sense. I know.
I'ma just-
But I don't want to give it on Doc because he coached well. Curry's playing amazing. Curry played amazing. Embiid played amazing. MVP candidate. What do you want him to
it's
do?
only one coach who has lost 3-1
He's lost
leads.
He's lost
history.
4 game 7s. I think that's a record.
And that's a record.
Matter of fact.
And he's the only coach to be up 3-1 3 different times and have lost. He did it in Orlando. He did it with the Clippers. And I think he did it twice with the Clippers. It's bad.
Give me a second.
Maybe the game is past Doc over. Maybe.
Okay, it depends on what can you get for Ben Simmons because it's time for him to go.
I will agree with that.
Now, if you get a CJ McCollum with an Embiid, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, right.
Because
You
CJ
still
was
need a
gonna
ball
average
handler.
25.
Yes.
He's a ball handler. He can shoot,
Yes.
and he's played with Dame.
Yes.
If you could get CJ McCollum and get more 3-point shooters, because he's been playing different. He coached this team like he coached the Clippers when they faced Golden State in the first round and taking 7 games. He had a bunch of shooters, and he actually coached better with having a bunch of shooters than having on the low block. And he's treating MB like if he was KG.
Well,
which makes
I'm going
sense.
to just tell you this. Doc should get fired just off of the straight fact that what my dad said, blew 3-1 leads. He blew a 3-2 lead.
That
And
makes sense. I'm not disagreeing with you
also,
guys. I'm just basing.
He has the
I
worst
like you
record.
disagreeing.
I'm just
He has
basing.
the worst record in the
listen.
Game 7 in NBA history.
listen.
It's over.
I'm basing my.
And the fact that you don't blame him at all is
Listen,
bonkers to me.
I'm basing my argument based off what I saw this year with this Philly team.
I got you. So you're just looking at in a
I'm
vacuum,
just looking at
right?
what he has right now and this Philly team. Because if not, why would you hire him as a coach? Because they was going to hire Mike D'Antoni. You think Mike D'Antoni would have gave him first seed and second round?
And that's true story. Especially
Hell
not
no.
with no shooters.
That's a good point.
All right, guys. Let's
I'm
talk.
only basing it on that. That's it.
Let's talk Clippers and Jazz. I was very impressed. The Clippers won 4
Oh,
straight.
I called this one too. I said Clippers are going to win 4 straight.
I had a
This
feeling.
guy, man, had the game of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul George, is he playoff P now? Or I mean,
Nah.
He is when he's the
Nah.
first option. Because he's been giving me 34 points per game.
he didn't play too well in game 1
Okay.
against the Suns.
No,
He
he
gave you
gave
34 points.
34.
No
He
points
missed
in the
like
fourth
20.
quarter.
Whoa.
No points in the fourth quarter. None.
How you,
Bro.
man.
Just want to throw
He
that
only
out there.
made 10 shots, bro.
The
He
game
got
was won
fouled
in
the
the fourth
majority of
quarter.
the time.
True.
He turned back into a pandemic P.
Yeah.
Well,
But you
he's
think
been
he's
averaging 33
working his
when
way
he's
out?
when he's the first option.
Okay, gotcha. So
Yeah,
he
'cause-
needs to
'cause
be.
the playing
he
good-
needs the attention.
He needs to go to Pacer type Paul George.
And that's
Like,
what he's
he
been
was
doing.
The first option.
My favorite player on the Clippers is Reggie Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Reggie Jackson, he don't get a lot of fanfare.
Right.
He hits every big shot that team needs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's facts.
absolutely.
That's facts.
For some reason about it, the ball's in his
And right
hand.
now, my man, I like man.
But man, to me, that was a game of a lifetime.
Yeah,
you got to do that again.
Can you break down what happened? Because
they was running this pick and roll on Rudy Gobert because Rudy Gobert never wants to go out to the 3-point line. So they created the offense to put a shooter out there and force Rudy Gobert, and
you kept saying that corner's wide.
That corner's wide open all game, and they hit those shots, and
man was right there.
It really exploited the so-called defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
It really exploited.
I didn't know he was
going
to do that.
But when he's long, a lot of big men they comfortable stand towards the basket because they can block shots. His natural response, even when he did lean out to the 3-point shooter, they had somebody penetrate.
And then his natural response is to cut and then
to the corner.
So
remember, this is all about space.
Also, and then come back and then go back.
Also, Mike Conley caused a lot of turnovers for them.
I think he forced to play that game.
He should have stayed off the field.
And Rudy has bad hands when it comes to going up to the basket, which is why he keeps having a bunch of turnovers.
Right.
Yeah, I think Utah needs another star per se. I think you need.
Well, I think that the
team
Ingles and Bogdanovic and them are good. I just think a healthy Donovan Mitchell would have helped them, and a healthy Conley, because Conley, at least when he's healthy, he handles the ball.
20,
and he can handle the ball. That's what got Durant in trouble because he had to bring the ball up.
Right.
Run the offense and get his own shot.
Kyrie.
And he would give the ball to Harden, and Harden would be like, no, I don't want it.
Harden gave that on that last shot. Gave the ball back to him so fast. He was like, no, you take it. And Durant was like, and then he shot it.
That's why he shot it the way he shot it.
And it was an air ball. And it sucked the life out of Eli. Eli was like, oh.
Mind you, not even that shot. I was still mad about the Joe Harris shot.
Yeah, because
I'm like, Joe, if you make this shot, we go home.
The best defender, Drew Holiday, he knew he was like, all right, he's going to make it, but I'm not fouling him.
I'm not fouling him.
Yeah,
because
so
if it would have been Giannis or anybody else, it would have fouled him.
Donovan played the game of his life. And I've never seen a team give me 23s.
On a bad angle, too. So
on a bad,
Kyrie, you could have been out there, bro.
Yeah.
You could have been.
I've never seen a 3-point shooting team like Utah give me 23s in 6 games
and still lose
a series.
Yeah, that means they need to add something.
They need something. I don't know what it is, but they need. Remember when I said last year that Devin needed something else?
And I've seen Houston go 1 for 27, but that's different. That's 1 for 27.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Golden State just go cold, but I've never seen Houston and Golden State shoot 23s and still lose a series, let alone a game.
Yeah. True
they
story.
Need somebody in the wing. They need a slasher. They need somebody like.
I thought that was gonna be Clarkson. Because Clarkson was giving me.
Yeah, but Clarkson is a point guard.
And he's hot and cold.
Right.
He comes up the bench, he gives you 15 or 20, and then the second half he was.
Because he gave you 30. He gave you around 30 game 7.
So does Quinn Snyder need to get fired? Because unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say
yes.
Based off the,
I think it's time.
Based off the candidates available, I think it's time for him to go.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, don't try to fight for Quinn Snyder now.
Based off his record with the Jazz, this is like his 3rd, 4th time.
Yeah.
And he's been bounced out, so it's time for a change.
I like him though.
I do like him.
I like him
a lot.
But sometimes it's just time for a new voice.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's look at the Phoenix Suns and Clippers.
Yeah.
Who you got in that series?
I got the Clippers. They're the only superstar team left that I can root for. Because everybody else is like B-listers.
Okay, you gonna take the Clippers in this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna take
How many games?
I'm gonna take the Clippers in 6. They need to win tonight though, because they should have won the first game. Because look, granted they don't have Kawhi Leonard, but they also don't have Chris Paul. So we both don't have our number 1 options. It's number 2 versus number 2.
But Chris Paul will be back in game 3.
And so will Kawhi.
Kawhi's not coming back.
Nah, he's not coming back.
No, he's day to day. They say he's day to day.
He's not coming back,
bro.
All right. Well, look, I'm assuming Kawhi should come back in game 3. I'm hoping
he's not. He's not. And
don't be hating, guys.
I got the Suns. in 5. I want to say the Suns in 5, but I won't be surprised if the Suns go to 7.
Suns
if
in 7.
Kawhi the only asterisk would be if Kawhi comes back.
I got
And
the Clippers in 6. They need to win tonight though, in order to make that happen.
You know what? I'm a little torn. I think this may be State Farm's year. Looking at the commercials.
There's a lot of commercials.
No, this is gonna be his easiest. This is gonna be his easiest route to get it.
I'll take Chris Paul in 7.
Yeah.
I can't.
And the only reason is because of Devin Booker. He's the mini Mamba
Oh,
of the league.
thank you for
And
that.
I didn't know he was the 13th draft pick, just like Kobe was.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, I didn't
hold
know
on.
either.
Time out. We're gonna cut
I
this.
knew he was 13, but I didn't know Kobe was.
We're gonna nip this in the bud because
Oh, he was his mentor.
No, I get it. But listen, Devin Booker is not the next Kobe Bryant. I don't like that term.
Okay.
I like it better if you was to say he was the Kobe Bryant of this generation, or very close.
Same
But to
thing.
say no, but it's very
Don't be disrespectful.
yeah, it's very like disrespectful of a. I don't like the term the next Kobe Bryant. Just say like Kobe Bryant of this generation, because if you say now, I'm not saying that you said it, but I'm doubling down on what Stephen A. said earlier that morning.
Gotcha.
When he said that, I didn't like that.
Well, at this point in Kobe's career, this is year 6. Kobe
Right.
had 3 titles.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is
That's right.
homie's first trip into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he's been.
So let's pipe
he
it
hasn't.
down.
Yeah, fact.
he hasn't had. But he hasn't had.
Isn't he like 23?
Yeah,
Yeah.
24.
He hasn't had a bad performance since the game 2 of the first round.
Yeah.
He's been putting
pretty
up 30 to 40 points
Every game, yeah.
almost every game.
good. If they're gonna make it, he's gonna have to be superior.
Okay, so who do you guys have in the Atlanta Bucks?
I got the Bucks in 6.
I have Atlanta in 6.
I have Atlanta in 6 as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm banking on Milwaukee
Trae Young, bro.
having low IQ.
Yeah.
But
I'm banking
That's
on.
literally what. That's literally
just
why.
think-
That's literally why.
I think they're just better than the Hawks. I just think they don't have an answer
The
for
Hawks
Oh,
have better shooters.
Yes.
No, the
They have
number
a
one
better
3-point
team.
shooting team in the league is the Milwaukee Bucks. The
not
highest
playing like
scoring,
it. They're
the
not playing
highest
like it.
scoring team in the league this year is the Milwaukee Bucks. They got through Brooklyn. Nobody thought they would. Now it's easy pickings, baby. I like Ice Tray. I like Collins.
All right.
And for them, they made the finals. You make the Eastern Conference Finals at young
Trey out here.
low key.
Yeah, no, low-key, yeah. Like, I don't want to root for them because they beat the Knicks. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know what you're saying.
I'm still a little hurt by that.
Yeah.
But
Philly let
honestly,
me down, man.
like, Trey has been out here killing them.
I don't think he's gonna have another bad game like that though.
Listen, your man is
I
gonna
don't
go.
think he's gonna go 5 for
Giannis
23.
is gonna go for 40 a game.
Okay, but it's on how he gets his 40.
No, he can score
Middleton
40.
is gonna get. Has been averaging 28 a game.
And 47% from the 3-point line.
Drew
That's it.
Holiday is
That's
gonna
impressive.
stay in front of.
It depends on coaching. Coaching will win this series
Uh-oh.
because Nate McMillan is a way better coach than Mike Booth.
Booz won the Coach of the Year twice with 2 different franchises. Slow your roll.
Why are you acting like dude? You all of a sudden acting like
IQ, didn't that see?
are
them
you not?
play?
Are you right? Are
What
you
I'm trying to
not?
tell you, no. I'm saying
They
they
coulda
can
blew out Brooklyn
they
twice.
can be goofy and still beat the Hawks. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, so you have the Suns. Because you know what's funny? I'm going to let y'all know now. I don't respect Milwaukee, and he don't respect the Suns. So every time I tell him,
Those are the two
"Yo,
teams
you're picking the Suns."
I'm looking at what's left. It's not a lot left. I'm gonna take Milwaukee to face Phoenix in the finals. Then I'm gonna flip it around and go, who do I want to win a ring? Giannis or State Farm? Giannis or State Farm? State Farm. Don't State Farm.
Yeah, this is a
I
bad.
have Atlanta and the Suns. That's it.
Okay.
I
And
have.
who would win?
I got
Honestly, I wouldn't care who won.
I got the Clippers in Atlanta.
But
You're listening to the sounds
You can have
of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Eli is like, I don't understand why he hates Giannis now because like a year ago,
No,
he wanted them to go to Golden
understand.
State.
But
He
once
wanted
That
him to
is
go to Golden
true.
State, and now this is
That
weird
is
hate.
true.
Like he don't like Giannis.
The
It's
minute
all
Giannis
cap.
signed his
All
extension,
cap.
Now you hating. That's
You're such a hater, bro.
I am because I'm still upset about that. I'm okay. Why did you sign that dumb contract?
Such a hater.
All you had to do was request a trade to go to state.
And
He's still winning,
and
though.
you're a bandwagon hater.
Facts.
You just said
Facts.
you could see him in your lineup.
See him in the lineup.
Yeah.
And
He
then,
gonna play perfect.
and then when he
with
stayed in
staying
Milwaukee,
club.
now you want him to
Now
lose.
he's hating.
Exactly.
Hater.
Absolutely. And now I have to root. I gotta root for the Clippers and the Atlanta Hawks to beat my two nemesis.
True.
I'm in a hard rock. I mean,
Between the rock and the hard place.
yes. Thank you. I gotta root. Oh my
Such a hater.
If I see Chris Paul
All right,
again,
guys.
I'm not watching it. Bro. I swear.
LeBron puts the NBA on blast for the short season injuries.
He also put them on blast today. It seemed like low key.
Yeah, do you think the short season, the quick turnaround,
77.
because we're missing a lot of
superstars?
a lot of superstars
We do.
in this finals.
I think 9 or 10 are out.
And that's a record for a playoffs.
Okay, I think the timing was a little bad by Adam Silver because Christmas, yeah, people are home because COVID is still a thing, but it was still like predominantly like high or middle as it is like now. Like
Right.
it's not as prevalent as it was back in December. But from December to January, people were still gonna be in their house. It was not gonna make a difference.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But he looked at Christmas as the big game, and it called. I think they should have waited until February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right around.
Because even
Late.
the Christmas games, like, nobody really cared. That was my perception. Nobody
Oh,
really
absolutely.
cared because
Absolutely.
Yeah.
no one was in the stands.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So
And-
It wasn't the same. Yeah.
it wasn't
I
the
would have
same
brought it
feeling.
back the latest January 18th, because that would have been what day is
Dr. King, yeah.
Dr. King Day.
Mhm, okay.
And I would have led into early February.
Right.
And
And then that would have eliminated the All-Star game.
Yeah, remove that.
Yeah,
And
and they would have played.
the All-Star game, I like how they did everything one day. That was cool. But honest, they used the HBCUs
As a tool.
as a way to get the All-Star game to happen. Like,
Yeah.
we'll donate this money to all
Yes.
the HBCUs. And then that's what got Chris Paul involved. And he basically convinced everybody to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody likes Chris Paul. They going to say yes to Chris Paul.
But no,
So they did it.
LeBron is not wrong
Nah,
about
but
that.
LeBron is right.
And Freddie said this too. He was saying it feels like we've been watching basketball for like a long 2
Yeah,
years.
I'm a little burnt out on
Me too.
on basketball.
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie.
And
I
I'm
need
glad
to
when
miss
this
the game.
finals is over, I do
Yeah.
want to miss the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to miss the
I
game.
want to get ready for football.
Facts.
Rick Carlisle steps down.
That's a
Don Nelson, who was the general manager, Don Nelson Jr., he was fired.
his father was the head coach, right?
Yeah, his father was a head coach in the NBA for years. But he got fired. They said it's a guy there who won some money through a lottery, but he thinks he's a GM and he's not. And him and Rick Carlisle been going head to head. Rick Carlisle and Luka was having some issues because Rick Carlisle's an old school kind of coach.
Right.
Luka gets out there and start running his own plays.
Yeah.
And it created some friction. So Rick Carlisle stepped down. I think he should take a year off. And then plenty of jobs will be available for him. He's a great coach.
Yeah.
The Pelicans fired Stan Van Gundy
After 1 year.
after 1 year. And to me, that's a reflection on Griffin, the general manager, because you hired him. It's not like when you got there, this guy was there and he's not really your man.
yeah.
You chose this dude.
Right.
And after 1 year, because the rumblings are coming down that Zion probably don't like him and is threatening to leave. So they're trying to show Zion.
Yeah,
Like, you're our
because his
guy.
family is saying
They don't want to be in
they
New
don't
Orleans.
want. They don't want to be in New Orleans,
don't.
which means he can come to the New York Knicks.
Okay, that's not gonna happen in like 7 years, bro. I already explained to Eli.
But it could go through a trade.
I mean, yeah, but they're not gonna take Julius Randle.
Well, yeah. Sometimes
I will trade Julius
remember
right now.
the players have the power.
Yeah, no, that is true.
So if the Knicks got a number 1 draft pick
And we on.
and Julius Randle and throw in Obi or something,
I mean, that is true.
you
And
might
we
have to
know
take that.
Giannis don't wanted to be a Knick in the beginning.
Yeah, Zion. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he did want to be. He was tight when the Knicks got fourth.
Yeah.
I mean, third.
Yeah.
And they didn't get first. Yeah, he was mad.
And,
you can see it on his face.
The Wizards fired Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks, very great
I
coach.
was a little happy about that though.
But he took the Wizards. They were losing, and he got them into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about that.
I'm really interested.
Where does Westbrook go? And where does Beal go?
Nah, they stay, bro.
No, Beal is going to go to the Lakers.
Nah, I would like Westbrook at the Lakers, to be honest.
You know what? We'll take Westbrook and Beal.
That'll be easier. That'll be
Westbrook.
easier. Yeah,
But Westbrook, LeBron would have a
Nah,
hang.
but LeBron would calm him down. LeBron would be like, yo,
But
chill.
LeBron would be
okay?
like, what you doing? It's the famous J.R. Smith shit. What the fuck? We had a timeout. We was down 1. Or the game was tied. You thought we was up 1. Why would you grab the rebound and dribble the clock out? What are you, stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Because remember, Westbrook never went to beat it. He got traded there.
Yeah,
that's true. So what do we think about the Olympics in Tokyo, like players?
If I'm not mistaken, this was supposed to happen either 2 years ago or last year, but
I
COVID
think
kind
the
of
last year.
Yeah,
pushed it back.
And there was a lot of protests, like against.
And
going
Tokyo
to
said
Tokyo.
you can't do none of this black power.
Yeah, it was a lot
None of that
protests.
kneeling
Right.
for Trayvon. None of that. None of
Right.
that.
No. I'm surprised as to the players that have accepted to go.
Yeah.
And
Is
like,
that because they're in the
And
playoffs
James
now?
Harden has got a
Yeah.
torn
man's
something.
gotta-
You need to rest.
yeah, you need to rest.
Chris Paul, you got COVID. You need to
Yeah.
rest.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some of
like-
these players.
Kevin Durant, you just played 141
You
minutes.
need to
Yeah,
rest.
you need to chill.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So far they have
And
Dame
the only
Dollar,
reason why I'm
Draymond.
surprised is because a few years ago when they wanted to do it again, like the Olympics thing, nobody wanted to play.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's because Popovich is the coach.
Well, we used to send college kids there.
Right.
And then we started losing so much because other teams would send pros.
Right.
And then that's when we get the dream team.
Yeah.
And
I mean, look, it is what it is. I'm happy for the players that committed, like Chris Middleton and them, but, this was unnecessary. I need to rest.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled
that's
podcast.
in NFL news, the what's this guy's name? Carl
I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Basine.
Yeah.
Carl Basine, I think his name is.
Give me a second, guys. I have it saved. Here we go. Carl.
Carl Nassib.
Let's see.
Carl Nassib has from the Las Vegas Raiders has
Publicly.
come out publicly that he's gay. Let's clap that up for him being brave enough to
Yeah.
give his
Statement.
And what it does for him is, listen, when you're living with a secret, whatever that is,
Right.
there's so much tension with that.
Yeah, facts.
And we said openly gay because obviously there's gay players in every sport.
Right.
He chose that this would be the best opportunity to just get rid of the stress. I want to focus on football. And to be honest, I wouldn't care if he was from the moon.
Right.
If he could defend or
If he
whatever
could
his
still
position,
play
that's
and be professional.
only thing NFL players care about. And when we talk about racial divide, sports is the only place where I wouldn't care if you was black, Hispanic,
Right.
from the moon. If you
As long as you helping my team out.
as long as you helping my team win. So, and his jersey is the #1 selling
Selling
jersey
jersey, right.
for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? That's
I'm happy for him. I'm glad that it wasn't we took it seriously. And he even said, like, look, I'm a private person. I'm not looking for
attention. Or,
I'm just comfortable in my own body and to make this an announcement.
and
So,
the timing is right.
The
This-
timing is right. Pride is June 25th.
right. Well, this whole month
so
is
this
kind
whole
of
month
right.
is their
Yeah.
month.
so. This would be the perfect time for him to add that, and obviously people are rallying
And
around.
a lot of people, like, a lot of fans who, like, are from the LGBT community and they support the NFL, they support their team. This could be like
and this will help other players
this could, like,
who
help players who are, like, younger, who are afraid to speak out.
Yes.
I was gonna say this is also gonna help other openly players come out.
Right. The ones who are in the closet.
I
come
like
out, yeah.
I like the way he like he just said it.
With
Like,
no
he
big
didn't-
deal.
Yeah.
He didn't
it
give this
wasn't
super-
like a
yes.
it wasn't like a super
Press
like,
conference and-
Right.
all of that stuff. Like, it was just a regular, like, Instagram post, like, hey, like, I just wanted to say this. And it was just organic.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I like how he presented it, too.
So we wish him the best.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Freddie, we need some Yankees and Mets updates.
So the Yankees are making history, even though we're not struggling, but we're doing all right.
Okay, all right.
So we have had 3 triple plays in the last month.
Whoa.
That's
a record.
That is a record.
Some teams don't have that in the whole year.
Right.
No, this hasn't happened since I don't even.
So
like,
who's the catalyst of this?
Okay.
Is it just luck?
No, I think it's literally
Torres.
it's literally Gio.
Gian,
Has he started all 3 of them?
He started all 3 of them.
Oh, so he's got the
Because
quick
his
hand.
IQ is
Yeah.
insane in terms of his.
He made a
defense.
great throw 2 games before that.
Yeah.
When he fell on the thing,
back,
yeah.
No, his defense is awesome. He just has a quick IQ, and he knows, because the Yankees give up too many base runners.
Right.
We're like dead like
Last.
last in that category,
Right.
and so he knows that there's obviously either first and second. He has to be first and second.
Yeah.
And so he's quick to step on his back because nobody's there.
Fired at the first.
Fires
Second.
second, and then Torres is firing at the first.
All right.
Because usually it always gets
And-
messed up by the second
and-
baseman.
Exactly, because Gio his timing has to be impeccable, because from third to second, that's when you lose time for first.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you need to be super quick in terms of
and
the
the
triple play.
base runner has to have something to do with that.
Yeah.
Being-
The second one was pure luck because it was a little jam with like home plate and stuff like that.
Right.
But the other 2, like, it was against Oakland, who's first in their division, and it was to win the game. So he stepped on third, threw to second, threw to first, out. We won the game.
Wow.
So we've been killing it in the defensive part. It's just the offense is a little slow, but we've been winning here and there.
Sure.
I don't like how we've been winning series. We've been winning certain series, but it's still kind of too early. Like, everybody's still close together.
Right. So we need some
So
separation.
we need some, we need to open the gap.
What are the Mets doing?
Yeah.
The Mets, Lindor his average has increased.
That's the shortstop.
Yes, the shortstop.
yeah, good
His
for him.
average has increased to 274 in the last, from May to June.
Okay.
274. His OPS is over 900. He's been homering. I think he homered like 5 times. He homered 3 times in the last, like, in the span of like 2 games.
Gotcha.
And he had, I think he was the first, like one of the first times in Mets history where he has all of their RBI. Like, he had all of their RBIs.
Wow.
Like, he scored all the runs.
Wow.
He scored all 5, 6 runs that they won, and he broke like one of the Mets records for that. So he's been proving that he's worth the 341.
Okay.
Okay.
Because he needs to play, like, he had to get comfortable. So, see, he switched divisions. So when a lot of times
It's an
players
adjustment
switch
period,
divisions,
yeah.
the pitching is different. I don't
Yes.
know, like, players say that it's different. Like, you would think
There's an
it's the same,
adjustment. Yeah. No.
but the pitchers are completely
And the
different.
game, just the energy itself, and
The
how.
stadium is
Right.
different. Like, City, it's not easy to hit a home run in City Field.
Right. And it's New York.
And it's New York. So it's like the pressure's on you. They're first in the division.
That's
which
good.
is
Let me
good.
wrap that up.
You know? So the Mets are doing their thing. I'm actually proud. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Yankee fan, but like I'm a Yankee fan first, New York fan
And
second. you
And
know
then,
what I mean?
yeah.
So, like, I want the Mets to win. Like, I'm all for it. You know,
Tell me
especially
about
here.
not to cut you off. Tell me about the new rule with the umpires.
Everybody?
So there's this new rule starting yesterday, Monday. There's this new rule that umpires are able to check pitchers for foreign substances during the game. Now, this rule has been established before,
But never enforced.
never enforced as it is now. And so the difference between how it was before the rule was if the umpire suspected something, he had the right to call you out on it, and then he would he would do his job or whatever, and then he would kick you out, and then you get suspended and all that stuff. But now the managers have the power to call the umpire and tell him to check on the play.
And that's going to change the game
And
because
that has already changed.
because it used to be an agreement between managers, between both
gentleman's
managers.
rule between both
You
managers.
don't say nothing. I don't say nothing.
Facts.
But now, and it's probably because we had a whole slew of no hitters.
Yeah.
It seemed to be weird
Yeah, it
that
was
every
weird.
other week, every other day, there was no hitters. So we're finding that there was something being done to the baseball.
Hitters can't hit no more.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't hit no more. They were people were winning games by 1 run, 2 runs, and that's it. Like, it wasn't exciting. It was a pitchers do every game.
Right.
And so they found out that since the rule was announced
A month ago,
they saw that the width of the pitcher, which is how fast they throw the ball,
the velocity
and all that stuff, it decreased 50% from when they announced
15%?
50.
50? Holy shit. And everybody was throwing spitballs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and we don't know this for a fact, but they were like MLB insiders were saying that this rule can drag on to the draft and college athletes and see if they're eligible in terms of their stats and if they used any foreign substance at all.
Wow.
And I think this also goes back to what we were talking about when Cano got suspended and his a lot of times players come from international places where they lack the IQ of like, okay, these are the substances you cannot use.
Right.
I think this also can help pitchers and stuff like that get knowledgeable of stuff that you can use and you cannot use. A lot of times it's like the little beanbag they have to help you get a grip. And a lot of players were complaining, like Trevor Bauer, Garrett Cole were complaining that they enforced the rule in the middle of the season. Like, why are you enforcing in the middle of the season? But I get it. Ever since the cheating scandal with Houston, MLB, people have been looking at them like just straight disgust. Like,
I'm gonna be devil's advocate and tell you, I enjoyed the cheating.
Okay.
I enjoyed the cheating. I just like. If it benefits,
you ain't cheating. You ain't trying to win.
Right, basically.
You enjoy the cheating when it's
I just
your
do
team.
because when it's my team, I don't really care.
But if it's not my team,
Dude, how many times you seen LeBron fall?
Like I'm built that way, and which is why my brother and my dad don't like it when I celebrate.
Eli
my
loves
sport.
cheating.
I just do.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So, LaLa Anthony, talking culture, just what's going on in the world, has filed for divorce after 11 years. Let's clap that up. No.
I thought he was going to clap it up.
Nah,
I mean,
divorce? Come on. Why would you clap up divorce? They have a child.
Well, he clearly has 4 now.
Yeah.
So, this is Melo's fault though. He's been a bad.
He's been a bad boy.
Yeah.
I expect better from Melo. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And come on, man, your circle was tight.
What's funny? I
ain't never. Mind you, D-Wade messed up that one time. Hasn't messed up since.
Yeah, he has a break baby too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
LeBron and Chris Paul are tight. They good. So you have a great circle around you.
I mean, LeBron almost messed up with Delonte West, but other than that,
no, that wasn't his fault though. That wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, what are you doing, Melo?
Yeah, no, and it is bad like PR for him because I just saw him. He's in a champagne commercial for the NBA with the whole thing. I just saw him yesterday on a commercial, and I was like, okay, this is not.
And I thought originally they were gonna work it out because I do know she knew about the
other baby.
Now
you got twins.
And now you got twins.
Yeah, nah,
and that's the
because they was gonna break up before.
Yeah,
I know that.
But then they were gonna work it out.
And then,
So guys,
shame on you, Melo.
Where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Disabled Podcast. That is Disabled is Able Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Viewership and subscribers still needs to go out. Y'all already know what I'm about to say.
Y'all know the routine.
Y'all know the routine, all right? I love you guys. See you guys next week. Hope the Clippers in Atlanta beats and go to the finals. Because
Stop being fake, Stop being fake,
I
okay?
can't see Giannis and Chris Paul. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not gonna watch Spiders and say happens. I'm sure to God.
Oh my God, this man.
Please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands